Start thinking about your career and discover your personality type. Just a few minutes, this fun quiz can help you discover your strengths and what makes you tick, understand how others may see you, explore subject choices and jobs that could suit you. 16 possible results, that's not many jobs. Each links to an animal. Which animal are you? Okay. So it's a job version of the spirit animal one that we did before. None of those look like a snake though. That's only half of the options though. Is there meant to be a fish in the top left? What's the one in the top left and what's the other blue one? A different type of fish. Okay.
It's a pretty evil-looking clownfish, though.
What's meant to be?
Yes, it's a seahorse.
Oh, maybe. Okay, that makes more sense. Cool. Okay, that's fine. Did anybody ever do any one of these in school? I never did. But I know sometimes in schools they were like, "Oh, let's find out what job you should get." And it's like, be a movie director. It's like, no.
Something similar, but it was before the days of the internet.
Oh,
and
right, okay.
I should be a funeral director.
Brilliant. You remember doing this exact one? What? Right. Okay. Let's almost click. Oh no, take the buzz quick. Yeah, it's the same thing. Here we go. Oh. Right. Okay. Where do you gain your energy from? Outside or inside? Compare each of the 5 statements in turn and click on the option that are most like you. If you're not sure what to pick, think about your personal preferences when you're at home. Tend to think out loud, tend to think before I speak. Tend to think first because I'm not an idiot. Because, you know, don't you just hate those people that just blurt out what they're thinking and piss everybody off? I generally act quickly. I generally act carefully. Genuinely carefully. I can impulsively do stuff, but for the most part, yeah. Those people are so cool. What are you trying to say, Jane? What are you trying to say? How many quotes are we up to? Is it 130? No, it's 130. It's more than 130. It's going to be less after in 2 weeks' time. 2 weeks' time? Yeah, it's going to be less than that. 136. Damn. I'm just going to start going through and purging stuff. We can't really start, so I don't want to generalize quote 20 as the don't worry about it, because it's actually going to be a totally different number by the time I come back to it. Yeah, so I generally act carefully. If I'm going to do something, I'll tend to work it all out first. I'm a good talker, I'm a good listener. I'd argue I'm both, but I'm a much better listener than I am a good talker. If anybody actually listens to what I'm saying on stream sometimes, it makes 0 sense. It's great. I just realised what's happening here. I prefer to stand out, I prefer to blend in, yeah. Well... I don't know about this one. Because I hate blending in. But at the same time, blending in is what stops people annoying you, essentially. Gets people out of your way. Don't necessarily always like attention drawn to myself, but then I'm right here, so... Clearly an element of that I'm not. So let's go for a standout. Tend to work best in groups, tend to work alone or in pairs. In pairs being with the alone one is quite interesting with me. No, I don't like the feeling of. I don't like the feeling of embarrassment. That's what it is. It's not the attention. It's the embarrassment, secondhand embarrassment that I hate. But yeah, I like that it's in pairs because I do actually. If it's gonna be a group, I'd rather be pair. If it's gonna be more than just me, I'd rather be pairs. So that's quite interesting to keep that. I am more introvert. Introvert people tend to gain energy from inside themselves, recharge the batteries by spending time alone. Be careful. He's telling me to be careful. Hang on, are they telling me to be careful? Wait, what? Depends on the person you're stuck with. Good listeners, yeah. Genuinely, in my head, I do not understand how people get their energy from being around people. I just don't get it. Does anybody here get their energy from being around people rather than being on their own? Like, do you prefer to be on your own or with people?
It depends on the day, to be honest.
Yeah, but like,
I do like.
So you're tired, and you're just worn out.
I'm tired. I much prefer to be by myself.
Yeah. Next question. How do you take in information? Do you look at the detail or the big picture? Compare each of 5 statements. Most like yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Look for the facts. I look for possibilities. Ooh. It's quite broad, isn't it? I'm not entirely sure what. Look for the facts, or I look for possibilities. Possibilities of what, though? Facts of what? If I'm buying something, I'll tend to research it. Guess that's a fact. No, that's a fact. Oh, that's... Don't think I get this one. No worries, Ingo. Very nice of you to stop by, given how crappy you're feeling. But hopefully you're doing alright. That's what's telling you exactly what you could mould with the information. Probably facts then, I guess. Getting better is better than getting worse. So fingers crossed it's just all the way up from here for you, pal. Let's say facts. I'm very logical with the stuff, so as long as the facts are there, I tend to be much more comfortable with that. Look for details, look for patterns. These are really broad to the point of like lateral, like my brain's thinking that they're laterally sort of based. Oh yeah, we did. Focus on what works now. And focus on how to make it different. Yeah. So for the details patterns one, I'm pretty observant, but noticing a pattern, I'll much more notice a very fine detail rather than a subtle pattern in things. So yeah, that makes sense. Focus on what works now. I focus on how to make it different. Nah, if it's working, don't break it. It's fine. Just whatever. Just if it's working, cool. Will it work now? Sure. Might it work later? I'm not thinking about it. It's fine. We'll work on that when we get to it. I prefer applying what I've learned. I prefer learning new things. I like learning new things.
This one was a tough one for me, to be honest.
I think I like learning new things to then have applications for them. So I think for me it's applying what I've learned. I like to learn new things so I have more things to apply to stuff. I don't like just I don't like just knowing stuff. I like to have a reason to use it, I think.
Yeah.
Tend to go step by step. I tend to join in anywhere. Step by step for me. Prefer to follow instructions. Prefer to not just kind of like join in the middle of something. Yeah, it's definitely step by step for me. Well, that was unanimously. I am more sensing. Sensing people tend to have their feet on the ground and be good at thinking inside the box, be practical, realistic, and sensible. Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm happy with that.
That's what I got.
And the intuitive one, people like how things can be changed, thinking outside the box. But yeah, that's not me. I'm not intuitive. Fuck that shit. Next!
Be a dreamer.
Yeah, dreamer.
Dreaming of those double S's.
Oh, fuck. They're not happening.
They're nightmares now.
Oh, God. How do you decide things? With your head or your bum? Compared to fast I generally follow my head first, generally follow my heart first, head first. Then there's a kind of part of my head where I have to go, well, hang on, how would this affect things emotionally? And then that tends to flip it, but I tend to go with my head first. Yeah, because logical Scott can be brutal sometimes, but it's great, and he's a smart boy. I could be famous. Never mind.
Wow.
Oh,
I can't believe you got there before me.
I panicked. I was trying to click the link, but I clicked ban instead.
You know what? You don't even need mods. Fucking hell.
I'm so used to them not being here, so I just do it on my own. Yeah. I ask, is this the right decision? Or I ask, how will it affect people? This one's a tough one for me. Because theoretically, logical Scott would always go for, is this the right decision? As long as it's correct, why does it matter? But I care too much about the way people think about things. So I think it's a lot more heavily on how will it affect people.
Yeah. That's what I chose. I don't like doing things that are going to negatively impact other people.
No worries, Ingo. Good luck with the recovery. If I could lick your face, I would. Although I don't know how that would help, but you know, I'm always offering. Yeah. If I was any more of a psychopath, it would be the left one. But because I kind of care what people think, it's the right one.
My job made really hard, that one.
You are?
My job made that really hard.
Oh, fair.
Because the right decision is always wrong in people's eyes.
Yeah. The joys of people, eh?
I was going to say, that's not even just your job, Sarah. That's just people.
Well, shall we say especially in my job then?
Yeah, that's the thing, is that, like, this is something you have to come across every single time, where, like, even if you were right, your job is telling you to do the left side. So whether what you are in your head or not, like, you still have to either go with or fight it. Fun. I am mostly comfortable giving and receiving feedback. I am often uncomfortable giving and receiving feedback. Yeah, that's fine. I'm much happier for people to tell me what they think of me, tell me what I can do better. Shit on my face. Like, it's fine.
No, I hate giving and receiving feedback.
You hate giving and receiving feedback?
Yup.
Brilliant.
Because I always have a fear that it's always going to be bad.
Well,
I feel exactly the same, Race.
But again, like, I feel like any normal human being would want that feedback, even if it's bad. Because then, how do you improve if you're not getting feedback?
Oh yeah, like I'll still take the feedback, but I hate it. I'm still uncomfortable with it.
Oh, okay. Race your shit in bed.
Thanks. I cleaned it up this morning. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think where it comes from. where I've just never been fussed.
What about Jane, Scott?
What about Jane? Yeah, she's alright. She's cool. She also shits the bed. I don't know what the question is. I will tend to see how I will tell it how I see it. Tend to be careful about saying things that upset people. I want to be the left so bad. But I really can't. Again, I just care too much about what people think and how they're going to respond. That I'm always just kind of very careful about what I'm saying. Yeah, that's fair. I've always been very open with... Well, I'm open with pretty much everybody. My brain is a slut. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that there. Okay. For me, I tend to be careful. Like, logic. If anyone ever asks for Logical Scott or they get Logical Scott, it's always the left, and it's whether you like it or not. So, but as a general kind of blanket thing, yeah, I tend to be very careful about what I'm saying, especially with being on Twitch, especially with having like a community Discord and all that stuff. Like, yeah. This pure quiz is nowhere to put me. So this last one will decide it. I tend to focus on task first, then the people. Tend to focus on the people first, then the task. That's so vague. Depends on the task, depends on the person. Again, Logical Scott would. Genuinely, I am both sides of this, which is what's really annoying for me. I have elements of a socio/psychopath, so all of the left ones are technically correct for me. However, to try and help me blend in socially, I also do a lot of the left side. So you did say at the beginning, you automatically think about what you're doing, then the person. So task first. Task makes it feel like I'm actually doing something though. So I have a task to do, but this person needs something. It depends what it is though. And depends on the person. If it's race, I don't give a fuck.
Love you too.
If it's Sarah, I'd end the stream now. So end the stream now, but yeah, the point still stands. Depends on the task and depends on the person. So I'm trying to go for like a blanket, generic. And I can't pinpoint where I'd be with it. What did other people answer for this one? And how did they take it? Who were?
I said I tend to focus on the people first.
So if you had a task to do, would someone popped up being like, I race? Read the bottoms and think about, oh, really? Oh, okay. So, okay, so given this was decided, more thinking people tend to make decisions by doing the right thing, like fairness, be logical, be objective. Feeling people tend to make decisions by considering how it will affect people, like to be liked, be sympathetic and friendly. Jane, that didn't help at all. I'm all of those. Why do I have to be friendly? Why can't I just treat everybody else the way I treat race?
With love and affection.
Shit. So the way I'm thinking of this is, yes, I agree, very much more thinking than feeling. Yeah, I suppose if it's so... kind of frozen with this one. I wouldn't be where I was if it wasn't for the right side, whereas the left side would be somewhere completely different. It's kind of how I feel with it. No, we'll go with thinking. Fuck it. Yeah, we did it! We finally got an answer. Right. Next! Let's hope you all weren't that hard. What is your attitude to life? Planned or spontaneous? Well, this is easy. Right, okay. I like to plan and organise. I like to wonder how it will turn out. That's two different things! I thought you were trying to stop saying sorry, Jane. Because it just made sense what you're doing there. Out of these, I like to plan and organise. I'm curious about how it'll turn out, but it's more worry about how it'll turn out rather than wonder. We'll go with plan and organise. I like writing lists. I don't like writing lists. This isn't fair, because I'm just lazy. That's why I don't like writing lists. Theoretically, I'd want to write a list, so we'll pick that one. We'll ignore laziness for now. Like things tidy. I don't mind things untidy. No, I think I prefer things tidy. It's just whether or not it's in my power to have them untidy. I prefer it when what?
What?
No. Prefer it when I've finished a task. I prefer it when I've started a task and not finished. Who prefers when they start a task? That's just stupid.
Yeah.
Much more better to be finished and done with it.
I guess it kind of means like when people prefer to have something to do, maybe.
I guess maybe if it's a passion project. I guess they're excited to finally get started with it. I guess, but even still, I'd still be happy to be finished with it and have that thing at the end. Okay. I usually work at a steady pace until I'm finished. I often work at the last minute to get things done. Well, there's that one. It doesn't matter. That is the laziness. I'm just too lazy. Otherwise I would plan and have it all sorted out. I am more judging. Judging people tend to organise themselves, relax once things are complete, be logical, get things done, be on time and on schedule. That kind of works. Deceiving people, which I'm not. Tend to be flexible, be able to relax when things are left incomplete, be spontaneous, be up. Oh yeah, never mind, that's not me at all. Cool, carry on. You are a... Is this the end, is it? I'm a polar bear! Mono, I know exactly what I'm doing. 14%. Wait, what? The fuck? Polar bears are strong and determined. They are at the top of their food chain and enjoy being the boss. To hunt for food, they have to learn and perfect their skills. Polar bears can spend a lot of time on their own and be perfectly happy in their own company. Okay. Police constable. Yeah. Maybe. I'll read the rest of it first. Polar bear strengths. Polar bears are quiet and steady workers who pay attention to detail and like to stick to something until they get the job done. They are great at making decisions and following plans or rules. Usually like to use skills that they've already learnt. Polar bears, intense, serious, and dependable. Prefer solitary interests that require precision and skill rather than team games and hobbies, unless it's Resident Evil 8 Mercenaries. Value routine and structure and like to learn by being shown and corrected privately. Actually true, yes, yeah. Keen to research and gain knowledge in subjects in detail, often becoming an expert in the things they learn. Experts, broad term. Value independence, privacy, and personal space. Yep. Usually more practical, loyal, and responsible than spontaneous. As a leader, direct and fair, respect and follow procedures, Expect deadlines to be met, task focused. Tips for polar bears. Take a break sometimes and praise people around you. Race, you're kind of alright.
Thank.
Polar bears at work and school. Polar bears love working to uphold the rules. Adrian is a police officer. Well, fuck you, Adrian.
Adrian.
There's a video. What's this just? Oh, famous. Jesus Christ. Can you imagine if I was Jeff Bezos? Do you think because I've gotten the same answer as him in a quiz, I get a third of his money? No, like an 18th of his money would be more than enough for me. Hi, Adrian.
Hello, my name is Adrian Woodward and I'm a police constable working for Northumbria Police. A police constable, or myself as a 24/7 cop, is basically responding to incidents within the public and the local community. What I do on a daily basis is if someone rings in needing the police, I'll be there first on scene to respond to any calls that the public make. Obviously, investigation work.
I'm bored now. Thanks, Adrian. Fuck you. What did we get? Race is a cat.
I am a cat.
Can I play with myself for what the fuck?
By myself.
Oh, by myself. Oh. Alright, okay. Yeah, it's alright.
I read it the same way first time.
5% of the UK's population are cats. Cats are popular and friendly despite spending a lot of time on their own. They also tend to like exploring outdoors. You don't go outside. That's just because of your job. Did Jane also get koalas? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Okay. Why did Jane post it twice? I'm so confused. I'll read the longer one. So Jane is a koala. Motto: I get on with it quietly. 14% of the time. No, of the UK population. Koalas. Okay. Koalas are popular and warm animals. They like their safety of their eucalyptus trees and their families, and are loyal and caring for those around them. Koala strengths. Koalas are patient with people and detail. Oh yeah, you are. As natural carers, they like to keep other people's values and strengths in mind, yet protect their own beliefs. They usually bring relevant facts, but rarely push their views unless asked. Okay. Cool. 2 jobs for koalas: admin and business, and animal care. Of course.